All right, there we go.
Wow.
Hi, everybody. Chat is already popping off.
Yeah, look at that chat. Holy
I
crap.
know. These guys are the dang best. And so are you. These guys are the dang best. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I'm Nate from Hall Yeah Comics. I am joined by my good friends, Dope from Dope Comics. Underneath him, Mr. Akins from What's on the Comic Rack. And next to him is Eric from Side Quest Comics. Boys, thank you for being here. How is everybody doing tonight?
Dandy.
Great.
Preparing for a Wednesday Warrior.
Yes, I
Come
do.
on,
I want to take a look at those new books. I already have, and thankfully, this week looks a lot cheaper for me than last week. I spent a lot of money last week.
I'm gonna have a bad Wednesday because all my Marvels didn't come in last week.
Oh, well, see, so that was all my DCs came out last week. It was crazy. And I bought that oversized Batman, which, you know, maybe we'll have to show that again. So let's say hi to the people who showed up real quick, because there's a few of them. Robert Belazard, thank you for being here. He got in early. Chris Parker, just saw that, you know, he got to have the cool hangout with Jason from Renegade and Mon. Rich, Big Nasty, buddy, how are you?
Hope you're doing all right.
We miss you. Talk soon. Yep. Mr. Buttface McBooby. I hope the lovely Mrs. McBooby is watching with you. If so, hello to her as well. I don't know. Rich had the best name in YouTube for a while, but then Buttface McBooby came to town. Thomas O'Donnell, how are you doing tonight? I've seen him in a few chats. There is Michael.
Just basic Newman. Michael.
Just Michael, but he is just basic Michael. But if you can see his icon, it's pretty cool. It's a nice collage of Marvel. I see Colossus in there. Yeah. I like his icon there. There's our good friend Dope staying high and managing this chat. Going through. Did I get it? Oh, RPO Collectibles. Hey, thanks for being here. There's the man, JSS Brooklyn, one of the best dang mods in comic book YouTube. Jonathan Ramirez. Oh, it's Steppo. Steven, how are you? Thank you for being here. Wow. He's working as he watches, but there's my friend Martin, the Aussie comic book collector. I did an interview with him, a little hangout. Yeah. So please, you know, check that out and check Martin out. Hey, we got a second Aussie. We are the #1 comic book stream in Australia.
I was actually on Martin's website before we jumped on, and I was looking at a bunch of the books he had on there. So it's like I'm putting that list together. We may just have to pair up and just.
Oh, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Yeah, because I'm waiting for Wombat Man #2.
Yeah, I think he had it on pre-order there.
Yeah, when he was on my stream, I couldn't find my copy. I felt like such a jerk. So I did find it. So this is Wombat Man #1. The cover, I can't remember the cover artist name, but this is written by Martin, and this was sent to me by Mr. Akins in an AOK, and it is literally one of my most prized possessions. So whenever Wombat Man 2 comes out, my plan is to order a bunch of stuff from his website and even see if maybe he can sign a few things, because I'd love to have his signature on some of his work. Be very cool. And I love this report that the lovely Mrs. McBooby is indeed watching. Oh, and hey, just mentioned you as well, Jason from Renegade and Big Lyle. And I think we got everybody. All right. Okay, so tonight my plan was real simple. I bought new shelves, and I've been organizing books and like trying to fix my PC and re-alphabetize things. And I've been spending time up here, and I'm just like, man, if I'm going to spend an hour up here, why not invite people to come and play with me? You guys, you know, people can show books while I'm bagging and boarding. It's a play date, and that's okay. You know, my wife calls you guys my pen pals anyway. You know, are you going to look at comics with your pen pals? Yes, I am. So I want to start though. I would like to start with a AOK that Mr. Akins sent me, and I know a few things that he sent me for sure. But I don't remember everything that you sent me a lot of pictures of. So some of it is going to be a surprise because I'm forgetful. So I haven't looked, but I do have it open over here, and I'm going to hide my own address so I don't get doxxed. Oh, Wombat Man 2 is at the printers. He'll arrange a post out soon. Excellent. Yes. Well, we look forward to Wombat Man. All right. Oh, dude.
Yes.
This is too cool. Okay. How awesome is this?
Oh, it's got my favorite top border too, to win the Formula 10 racer.
Right? It's so cool. So we've got the Fantastic Four, John Byrne. I can't remember the significance of this cover, but that is John Byrne down here in the corner holding Mr. Aiken's What's on the Comic Rack logo. Oh, come on, Nate. You're better than this. There we go. Cool. And yeah, you're right, Mr. Akins. I do have your sticker upside down. This drunk guy that decorates for me, I gotta let him go. But you sent me 2 stickers, so I do promise to fix it.
No, you don't have to fix it. I like it upside down. It has a story now.
It's for Martin, all the guys down under, right?
Right.
Yes, they can read it right side up.
The fan base. So this is super cool. So this is freaking awesome. What is this cover from again?
Fantastic Four, I think 234.
And is John Byrne a character in it?
No, he's not a character in that one. I don't think he's in that one. I know he's in the Trial of Galactus. He's known in the Marvel Universe as the Chronicler.
Okay, yeah.
And so he's always putting himself in comics. I'm trying to really track down which book he is actually first appears in. And I think it may be one of those ROG 2000s. There's a person in here that looks like him, the blonde hair, the beard, and things like that. But I know an Iron Fist comic, I'm trying to think of which number it is, that he's in it because he's the one of the guys being mugged and saved by Iron Fist. And later on, the police get the guy that's being mugged to draw a sketch of the people. And they're like, hey, we're really lucky that this guy's a comic book artist. What was his name again? I don't know, Byrne something. So that's the whole thing of being his quote unquote first appearance. That's what it says. But in ROG 2000, there's another guy named Byrne that appears in there that kind of looks like him. So he's always putting himself in the comics.
The shirt is freaking awesome, man.
You're up to 3.
I love it. What's that?
You're up to 3 Aussies now.
What?
You got Mad Spidey.
We got Mad Spidey.
Yeah.
What is up?
Cornering the market.
What time is it over there?
I don't. Here's the
14
thing.
hours ahead, so it's in the morning, probably.
To do my hangout with Martin, like it took a lot of math, and it really did. But I found like this time converter online that lets you type in 2 cities. So I just used Indianapolis and Melbourne where he was, and we figured it out.
It's 11 a.m. It's later than I thought it would be.
Yeah. So hey, man, welcome, Mad Spidey. Yes, Lyle, I'm sipping ginger ale. No, what happened was, and I don't know about you guys, we're all about the same age. Something happened to me when I turned 40, and I was just like, I should try scotch. and I just keep trying. All right. I'm going to show these books that he sent me. So I'm not looking at them as much as I can. This is awesome. I do have this in a trade. I haven't read it yet because I'm reading this series chronologically. So this is Amethyst #1. This is the most modern. I think it was a mini, right?
Or at least when they were doing the
shorter live
52, right? Is that
yeah, new 52 era. And she appeared in like Teen Titans and some other stuff as well. So that's very cool. There's issue #2. Oh yes, Flashpoint. Yeah. Lois Lane and the Resistance. He sent me this picture. He says, so do I need to send you this? Yeah, you need to send me this. I don't know what it is. I don't care. It's Lois Lane doing like sci-fi spy stuff. I'm on board.
Flashpoint storyline, wasn't it? Like alternate dimensions and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't keep up with all of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so it's 11 a.m. Wednesday. Robert says it's already New Comic Book Day.
Man. If
we were in Australia, we'd have our comics by now. And And
they're in the future
Foster's here. 8 issues is what Bell says.
Eric, you can't get your Marvel here.
I know,
right?
I can't get mine here.
Okay, what? This is a weird one. All right,
it's a variant cover. There's like 4 different colors for that little
paper part
was like a wraparound.
Yeah, he was explaining to me that this little green part here is paper, kind of like the Batman issue where he breaks Bane's back. It's got that paper fold around. So, I mean, of course, I needed another Protectors #1.
You gotta get all the colors now.
Yeah.
Are there other colors, Eric?
Yeah, there's orange. I think there might be like a pinkish one.
All right, we've got a Gravestone, another one. I am going to end up with the entire Malibu suite.
Malibu. What are you going to do when you get them all? You're going to have to go to Ultraverse.
Okay, there we go. There's Ferret 9. That's one that I only have 1 through 6. And he's like, well, I got some more. I'll send you. That is, look at the Ferret. That is hideous. Look at his thigh and ankle composition.
His shin bones don't
got weak ankles.
Like that.
Don't take him ice skating.
He's rolling his ankle right there on the cover.
I don't want him on my team.
I forgot about that.
Yes.
There's Pogs in a couple of these.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's Shannon. Everyone wanted the Shannon Pog. but I'm sorry. I got it. Another that's actually I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like this one. This is a cool cover. So Gravestone #1. And Arrow #1.
Pretty basic.
Read the top part up there. Read the little top part.
Bam from the Protectors. Rick Palmer fights crime the only way he can. To death. He's fighting crime to death. I don't have any tattoos, but when I get one, that's nasty. I like that. That's some really.
You know what? Though I'll come out and say it. That's probably better than some of the writers we got nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about Dazzler earlier. That modern Dazzler run. Airman #1.
What is he? A cobra?
Yes. No, that's ears.
It's ear.
Holy cow!
He hears real well.
That's a superpower.
I mean, it really does look like if you saw the Tick cartoon Deflator Mouse. It kind of has that look, and then he's fighting some kind of space pharaoh.
Wow.
The Thresher. I've got to go farming.
Punch him in the ear.
And that's the comics. Now we're back to where I started. Those are freaking awesome, man. Wow. Thank you so much. I'm really excited for this Shannon Pog. Yeah, man. Thank you for sending those.
Oh, you're welcome.
And always thinking of me whenever you find a weird Lois Lane, Malibu, or Warlord.
I've got long boxes of stuff. I'm always finding new things in those long boxes.
Are you still buying more collections, Mr. Akins?
Well, my LCS, he got another big collection in. He had 2 long boxes, and he said, "I'll sell you these 2 long boxes for $50." He said, "It's not stuff I want, not stuff I think I can sell." I said, "Give it to me for $50. I can find something." $25 a long box. I said, "I can find something."
Yeah.
And I went in it today at the end here. I haven't even hardly looked through it. And I picked out 4 things here that I'm like, okay.
Oh,
this is good enough for a laugh. This is $50 worth of laughs right here in these 4 comics I pulled out.
My interest is piqued. The floor is yours. And I know that Eric and I, right when you said 2 long boxes for $50, both of us thought, I got $50.
Yeah.
Exactly. I got $50. Corsair Publishing. Dork Tower.
Oh, yeah.
The Fandom Menace. Have you seen this one?
I've seen those in the like the gaming stores. One of my gaming stores has that by all their D&D and all that stuff because I know they do a lot of like gaming stuff.
Now I have not read it, but I mean this book's been coming out forever.
Yeah.
I mean it was on the shelves when I worked at a comic shop in like the late 90s, early 2000s. But I've been told it's actually really good and funny. If you're into D&D, Eric and I would probably really like it. And so would you, for that matter, Mr. Akins.
Yeah.
I think I've seen this one somewhere before. The Leather Society.
Uh-oh.
They're back.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That is gold.
The cow. Look at the cow as the logo holder.
Yes.
They're the Leather Society.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Oh wow. The heads down the side. That's awesome.
We've got
Constructo.
Oh no.
We got Constructo. Dr. Nocturne. Not the Sandman. No, he's Dr. Nocturne. Black Dwarf.
Oh, no. That must be that one. That's the guy on the far left there.
Yeah.
He's shorter than everyone else.
That's Puck.
Look at him.
Oh my God.
And Ray, you have to read this and do a review of it. This looks magical.
Yes.
And Falcon at the top.
Yeah, we know which one's about.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was Angel at first.
This was just at the end there. I pulled these out really quickly.
What issue is that?
Yeah.
That might be the first Black Dwarf.
This is issue number 1.
It's first appearance. First appearance of Black Dwarf. We've done it.
Wouldn't you love to take that to like Heroes Con and try to trade it with somebody? First appearance, baby. All I want is that X-Men 1 up there.
Yeah. I think the issue is going to be this disclaimer right here.
I cannot read it.
It's not coming in.
You'll have to read it to us. What's
it suggested for immature adults.
Oh,
that's us.
Immature.
Everybody.
I've definitely seen that before, and it makes me groan every time.
Here's another number 1. The Adventures of Jello Man and Wobbly.
Whoa.
I like it.
Wow. Damn.
Who put that? I mean, is that legit Jello brand comic?
Again, I just pulled these things out. I have no clue.
Well, you
the
remember
secrets
the Kool-Aid
of Jello
Man
Man's
comic?
origin.
Yeah, I feel like Kool-Aid Man will be fighting Jello Man.
Right.
Oh,
there is.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen that Kool-Aid Man comic and thought, oh, I'd like to get that. And people asked way too much. I just want it because it's the cover. But yeah, Jello Man is awesome.
Who's Wobbly?
Cool if it had little fruit pieces in it.
Is Wobbly like a dog or a sidekick?
He's a dog.
Hey, looks like he's a little dog.
Oh my God.
Oh no. I'm afraid Frank Lloyd Wrong is a little right on this one. That Jello Man looks kind of like a swastika.
I didn't see that.
now I can't unsee it.
You can't unsee it now. You can't unsee it.
That's my brother-in-law, and he just ruined comics for me.
And I found a Compliments of Radio Shack comic there at the end.
Oh, cool.
Have you got this one?
I do not. I just got Archie in the History of Electronics. That one looks a little more scientific.
Yeah, that one looks a little more official.
The Science Fair Story of Electronics, the discovery that changed the world.
Visitor from outer space. Compliments of Radio Shack.
Somebody just showed that not too long ago, and the word electronic, the logo, looks very similar to the one on the Archie.
The Superman one too, wasn't there? Superman, Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I have a few.
I know you got those ones.
Those were the 4 I picked up at the end there. I'm like, hey, I can show these 4.
That
right there was worth $50.
100%. I mean, the Leather Society.
Oh my gosh.
Shoot, where's my? I got to find an index card so I
Black
can
Dwarf
write
was
that
my
down.
Black Dwarf. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, first Black Dwarf. You got to have first Black Dwarf.
He'd be a good fight for Puck.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's got a cover gallery.
Oh,
You better
man.
be
It's like,
careful.
this
Don't
one
you get
says-
me banned.
More Bun comics. Yeah, I better look through this before I start showing.
Yeah, you better. Do you want to look at that backstage? We understand.
It has a Black Dwarf solo story.
Oh.
Now,
The Black Dwarf in
Nope, just perked up.
Yeah.
the Black Dwarf in Cult of Satan.
Let us see that artwork. That interior artwork.
It's black
Black
and white.
Dwarf,
Like
Black
you said, I
Dwarf
better
and
not
the
show
Cult of
too-
Satan.
Yeah, Cult of Satan.
It's getting better.
It's,
Yeah.
Folsom, a town of wacko snake worshippers. Too incredible to believe. Yeah, I got to read this.
Oh man. I'm sure somebody in the chat is going to check and see how many are available on my comic shop.
We'll drive the price up like we did the die cut ferret.
Stupid.
$10.
$10. Who would pay $10? I mean, I would. I would. As a joke and something to show, probably. So man, who wants to follow that? Okay, I will follow that with something real quick. I read last night, today, I can't remember because I read so many, a pickup from my trip, my hangout with Dope and Lettuce. I read Tom Landry and the Dallas Cowboys, a Spire Christian comic. And I've read several of these. I've read the Archie one, I read the Johnny Cash one. And like the Johnny Cash one, I'm going to say this is not terrible. Like if you judge it for what it is, it has its, it has its agenda, but it's also a biography a little bit of Tom Landry. And so it was well done and sincere. But as I'm reading it and Tom Landry's talking about his life, I want to find it if I can. He mentions in like 2 panels, like when he was younger and in World War II. So Tom Landry is a World War II pilot. And he's like, I think God was with me when we got shot down. We crashed and the wings got sheared off of our plane. So he is in a warplane that went down. And when it crashed to the ground, it didn't explode and kill everybody. And the wings were sheared off. And that's like 1 page. And the rest of it, they don't even mention that. I'm just like, that's actually kind of a freaking amazing story. Yeah. Right. I want to hear about Tom Landry in World War II, actually. So, it is what it is, but it's not bad. I was entertained. So
every show we talk World War II, Nazis, swastikas, something every show.
Every show. I mean, every show, it seems like Hitler or swastikas come up, and here we are again. But look, World War II was very important to the comic book market. And I have learned about its importance from our good friend Steven. And he just showed off a bunch of books. I didn't get to watch it, but I know he just showed off a bunch of World War II Captain Americas that are freaking amazing. And so I want to check that out. So there he is, the hate monger. Robert's talking about the Leather Nun. I know that one. I have a book that has like obscene / whatever covers, and that one is wild. Dope, tell us about the hate monger, because
I got graded, ungraded. So this guy here, the hate monger, he has a hate ray, and he turns everybody racist that he shoots with his hate ray. So nobody can beat this guy up, because every time somebody like the Fantastic Four comes at him, they all start hating each other and beating each other up. So whenever this is like a Scooby-Doo episode, at the very end of it, they rip his hood off, and it is a Hitler. So, you gotta have the hate monger. So every once in a while, He didn't last long. You didn't see me action figures or nothing of the hate monger. But he has a hate ray and a gay ray. So watch out for the old hate monger.
What issue is that of Fantastic Four?
This is number 21.
They've reprinted that one, I think. There's
you can get it in a Marvel Classics. It's so good.
That is,
and that's not the only appearance of Hate Monger. He appears in other comics.
Yeah, I got him in a Marvel villain team up with Red Skull. They're both in prison together, and they have to break out, the Hate Monger and Red Skull.
I think I have him in some of the Invader series. I think he appeared in
Red
that.
Skull and Hitler just sitting in a prison together.
Yeah, just planted their escape, Shawshank Redemption style. Nobody ever touched Red Skull again. Eric, you said you had a stack.
I have a lot of stacks. I have multiple stacks. I have dollar books next to me. I got action figures next to me, and I actually went downstairs. I went on a little bit of a rabbit hole last night. I had some like watched auctions on eBay. You know, I always heart them so I remember, you know, about them. Maybe I'll look for them later. And sometimes they throw you those offers on eBay.
Oh yeah, I click on a lot of them with the hope that I'm going to get a good offer.
Yeah, I had an offer last night on a 1 through 3 Night of the Living Dead, the beginning miniseries that kind of is a prequel to the original movie. And I forgot I was watching this thing. I mean, I probably clicked on this years ago, and it's never sold. But it sent me on a rabbit hole of Night of the Living Dead, which is one of my favorite movies. And
I even like the remake.
Yeah, I love the remake, but I saw some stuff on there. I'm like, I think I have that, and because it was like $80. I think I spent maybe $12 on the book. So I went and I found it. I thought I'd bring these out for dope.
Cool.
So I have.
Hey, can they be for me too? Because I freaking
be for you too. Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, this is I have the second movie is probably my favorite out of all the zombie movies. I got the movie poster signed by the entire cast through. I think it took me 20 years to do, you know, from different conventions. But I even got George to sign it. So not so lucky with this one, but yeah, I found this. It's complete Night of the Living Dead film book by John Russo. Kind of cool. It's like a little behind the scenes story of the movie when they're filming it and stuff. Because when they made this, they were just like a bunch of kids out in the woods, you know, with whatever money they had. They didn't know how to license this and everything. So, I mean, this went into open market so anybody could put it out and, you know, and make money off it. They had no rights to the movie after it was released.
Well, that was all due to the fact that they just forgot to put a copyright on the reel. Like they just literally forgot to put words and you know, as a kid, I remember you could buy that on VHS for nothing.
Cheap.
It was, you know, it was like $1 VHS, brand new because they were just pumping them out. And somebody just asked a question that I wanted to make sure. Oh, there it is. Yes, let's talk about that remake real quick because
1991.
I love it. I love it.
Tom Salvini was the director for that one, which he directed Dawn of the Living Dead, and he was one of the motorcycle guys in that. So yeah,
he was great.
He got his start because of George Romero and doing the special effects, and then eventually he started making movies and directing and stuff. So yeah, that was his version of a movie that he loved. So the fact that he loved the genre and everything, he was, you know, he just updated it a bit, which I love the update.
I do too. I think it still was very classic. Like he didn't match it shot for shot or anything, but he didn't go crazy.
No,
the effects were obviously wonderful, and I thought the two lead actors were great. The girl that played Barbara, she was a Star Trek background actor. I would see her for years, and the guy that
she's just spaced out.
Oh, I thought she did a good job. At least she did like.
She wasn't like the original Barbara, who was catatonic all the time.
Yeah. I don't know. But I loved the actor that played Ben. I thought he was, you know, he did the whole his. It's Ben, right?
Yeah.
The male. Yeah. He was really good. So
you remember the guy in the basement that locked himself in the basement and looked like Steffo?
Mr. Cooper.
Mr. Cooper.
Steffo.
That's kind of like my demo.
I'll have to. It's been a while since I've seen it, so now I want to revisit it.
All right, here's the movie poster. I just found it in this book, right there.
Very cool.
Yeah, I liked some of the updates they had, but the overall story, like meanings, like the little underlining statements that they were trying to make about society and stuff, still held up to those modern times. It was the same racist, comments they were making, the sexist, all those little things that George originally put in the original movie. Tom kept them in there and just updated a little bit, and they still made sense.
Yeah, and that's why the original movie had a few things to say.
Yeah,
and that's why I think it's not because it's in the public domain. It's a movie that is it resonates with people.
Yeah, and the fact that like the original being black and white, it had that artsy, gritty, black and white, extreme contrast. Which you're not just watching the actors and figures, but it's like almost like a painting. You're seeing the shapes and stuff. So
the irony of it all, though, was if you knew that you just had to wait till morning, I think a lot more people would have lived.
Right.
But they're out there trying to get gas and run for it.
Freaking out.
Yeah.
It's panic. That's the humanity is panicking at this big.
Just stay put till daylight and you're good.
Yeah.
Stevie D says, I'd like to see a zombie movie where they clear out a mall and live in the mall for a while. Well, Stevie D, boy, do we have good news for you.
Welcome to 1988.
Yeah.
Which one was that? Dawn of the Dead?
Dawn was the mall.
Yeah, I love that one.
They hung out in the Jason Pennies.
That's close.
The mall
to you,
is still there.
Yeah, last time I heard that mall's still there, like in Milwaukee, ain't it?
I don't.
For the newer movie, the remake of Dawn, the original, the Moraville Mall that was outside of Pittsburgh. They tore that one down.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. That I thought it was Pittsburgh because that's.
I might be thinking Back to the Future anyway.
No, you're thinking of the second one probably. Yeah. That one was filmed up by Waukesha, so not that far from me, like 40 minutes.
So yeah, Steve, check out Dawn of the Dead. It's a great zombie movie.
So anyway, I like zombie movies, so I dug this one up for all you zombie fans. It's a little book that's the ultimate guide to zombie movies. And cool. So if there's any kind of movie you want to look up information on, this is a cool book. You could probably find all these on Amazon too. I've had these for years, but it's just like they break it down from different decades, and they'll list the movies, and they actually give them a rating in here, give you a little bit of a rundown of it. They actually got The Fog on here. I guess that's considered a zombie movie.
Oh. I mean, kind of pirate zombie ghosts, maybe.
Yeah.
What's the rating system? What do they use to rate these movies?
I think they're using
zombie hands or what?
Yeah, they're using different zombies. Like they have a hand coming out of the ground with a thumbs up, or they have a zombie getting an arrow through his head. I would have to look up the beginning to see what each one means, but
it's a key. That's funny.
But yeah, and in the inside they got all these like the original movie posters, which is kind of neat. I like the art of the movie poster. It's kind of a lost art, I think now. Yeah, Santo versus the zombies. That's a classic right there.
I just saw a post on Reddit. I'm not going to say an article because it was just a post, but the guy who did a lot of the old painted posters, like I think Raiders of the Lost Ark. And, that he's his health is failing. And it's just, he did a lot of awesome work. That Creep Show. I love that Creep Show poster so much.
I mean, I think zombies are probably one of my, they're probably overplayed a little bit at this day, but I still like the whole, like you said, panicking of humanity and how it really shows the true colors of a person when they're presented with this kind of a threat,
Right.
Return of the Living Dead. That's another one I love. That's the third one.
That's the third one. The Return of the Living Dead, that first one.
Which I heard rumors they're doing a remake of Return.
I heard that too.
I think they're doing a fourth one in the original series too.
We just rewatched that one, my wife and I. That's one of my absolute favorites.
Oh, and this one, they're doing a new movie for that. They're doing 28 years later, which looks very, very interesting. I'm curious to see how the world's changed in 28 years.
Oh yes, and the Last of Us season 2 coming next week or the week after. I thought that was. I mean, it followed the game, but it was good.
Last movie book I'm going to show, and then I got other stuff. I'll let somebody else go. But I know all of us are fans of this, so that's why I dug it out. I absolutely love this series, The Munster. So this is a trip down Mockingbird Lane. It's cool. It's got forward by Yvonne DiCarlo, forward by Butch Patrick, who's the only one that's still alive. But yeah, it's just behind the scenes of filming the TV show, which is weird because there's a lot of color photos in here. There you go, Dope.
Oh, nice.
I grew up watching this show. I have all these, both seasons on box sets. I have the movies on DVD. I don't like the movies as much because they were in color. I like the black and white TV shows. And there's so many, like Harvey Korman on there, all these actors that got their start on the show. And I can watch this show and I still cackle at the comedy. It's so... It's definitely
that
show of
that picture time. Right there. His makeup is so good.
Yeah,
for a TV show.
The makeup artist was the same guy that did the makeup for Universal Monsters. So, because this was through Universal Studios.
Okay.
So that's why they were able to do all those little cameos with the monsters. Like, who was it? The one cousin was a creature from the Black Lagoon. They just took the suit from storage and just used it on the TV show.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
And there's actually a car museum by me that has these cars.
Oh,
so
those are so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fred Gwynn. And it, you would see him for years. He was on TV shows and things for years. And whenever I'd see him, it's just like, you can't help but see him.
He was in Pet Sematary.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes dead is better. But like, you couldn't help seeing him and think Herman Munster, no matter what.
I know. Yeah. Every once in a while, we'll track down on I don't know what, one of the old TV stations we have for streaming, and we'll watch Car 54 because he was on that with.
That's what Lyle just
Al
said.
Lewis.
Yeah. There's some weird channel.
He's playing the same character basically.
Yeah. We get a weird channel called Me TV.
Yeah.
There was a period of time when I moved here and I didn't have like a reliable internet or way to stream. So we'd sit there and watch these old TV shows like Car 54 or Adam 12. That was a weird period of my life. Hey, Kay Munin, and I'm gonna request as well. You said you had some action figures. I like to see some toys.
You want some action figures?
Yeah, show a couple toys before we swap to.
I'm trying to get. Well, I can't say I'm starting to get back into action figures a little bit, just because that's kind of the progression, I think.
Yeah.
It's just room. As you can see, they do take up a lot of room. I mean, if you guys look at my room tour, you can see some of the stuff in the basement. But I just recently picked these up, and I picked these up more or less for my wife because she likes hippos. And I figured, Nate, you would like this being a teacher.
Oh my God. Just being a dad. I love those Richard Scary books.
I remember growing up reading these, in middle school.
I do too.
So every once in a while when I come across this, because I don't see these too often anymore.
I've never seen that. That is awesome.
Yeah, this is made by the company Super 7. So they make a lot of high-end, like retro action figures. But yeah, I got this because my wife loves hippos. And look, she's so cute with her little dress. And look at her little pal, the bug in the little car.
Oh my God.
The art reminds me of like Peppa Pig.
Yeah.
I can see that, but I don't know. There was something about those Richard Scary books because he packed all these details into his pictures.
I always like that little worm guy because he has tennis shoes on. He's a worm. He's wearing a tennis shoe.
Yeah, I definitely used a lot of Richard Scary stuff when I taught kindergarten.
Well, here's the other one. I couldn't just get one because I said, well, honey, that one's for you. And then you got me, the monkey.
Yeah. Well, the hippo would be lonely by itself.
Yeah. And I love this character because if I remember right, he could never be on time. So his solution was to wear like 10 watches.
Right. Yeah.
So he's got like 4 on each arm. He's got 1 on each ankle because he's a monkey, so he uses his feet like hands. And yeah, he comes with a little thing of bananas.
I love that we're activating some childhood core memories for people in the chat. They're like, that's Lowly Worm. I loved him. Tear rolling down our cheeks.
They're very old, so you can probably still find these online for sale.
Well, yeah, they're reaction figures, as somebody else said. And,
kind of just like retro type stuff.
Michael says this is a book that Fred Gwynn wrote about parts of speech. So The King Who Reigned. It's on Amazon. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna check that out.
All right, I got 2 more action figures to show. I have a full line of these. Like I have both versions of Magneto. They made a bunch of zombie ones too. But this Marvel Select, this is a big chunk of plastic. I mean, it weighs a ton. But yeah, I told my wife, I said, I'm going to ask you guys want to see my jugs? Here you go. But yeah, I liked this series of figures. They still produce them. I don't know if they make any new ones, but you can still find these new. I have a whole collection of these. They're so big, though. I mean, look at the size of this box. And I didn't open them because they were in storage for a while. I think I came across him randomly, and he just stayed out with a bunch of other stuff. But
I had a bunch of those Legend series. I had a bunch of them, and I took them all to my LCS. I said, hey, because like you said, I didn't have enough
space.
I'm like, I don't have enough room for all this stuff. And if I can't display it like an action figure or something like that, I was like, I don't want it to sit in a box and nobody see it. I'm like,
I have that problem. And I'm so OCD, I can't get rid of the boxes because I want it to look new and put it back in the box sometimes. I'm just weird that way. But I've
toyed with trying to, I keep all my NECA boxes. I have a lot of NECA figures, and the boxes have some really cool artwork on it. I'm kind of drowning in that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I do think it's like my son's Lego boxes.
I got a basement full of those too, and my son moved out years ago.
Yeah.
To go along with jugs here you go. Dope. You don't have
very cool.
I got that one.
You got that one? All right. Yeah. I usually pose him with Wolverine. I reenact 181 and they're fighting and stuff. So.
That's one of my favorite ones because he actually looks like a monster in that one.
Yeah. He's the dark eyes and stuff. But I don't know if this is the same line because he seemed a little bit smaller than Juggernaut.
Yeah, I think
that Hulk is Series 1. Yes, Legend Series 1, I think.
So yeah, he's a little small for Jug there, but
I think the one that goes with your Juggernaut.
He's just as big, isn't he? Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean your hand can barely go around his waist.
Yeah,
it's a big boy.
That is very cool.
So yeah, I just dragged out some toys to show off.
No, that's cool. Christopher Parker. So in that video where I found the Hall Yeah action figure, I'm not sure. I think it's from Books of Magic, the Neil Gaiman. It's a Neil written series about a boy wizard. It's just there's a lot of Harry Potter parallels that and it came out first. But I think that's who that character was. I'm not sure. My friend Eric showed it to me, and I just thought it was weird, and I took a picture, and I probably should have tried to talk the guy down and show it to him and say, can I get this? Because it looks just like me, but he had $12 on it, and I was already spending.
And you couldn't spend $12 on yourself.
Believe me, I spent a lot of money on myself that day, and that was why I was like, $12 more. I don't know. I was there all day digging, man.
That's 120 10-cent comics.
It really is. I mean, all you have to do is drive to Nashville, and you'll be.
I told my wife about your short box from Nashville and how you guys spent hours in that one store with quarter comics. But she goes, "Good Lord, you closed the place down." I'm like, "Yeah, I probably would have."
I mean, we really could have stayed there all day.
One place, I don't remember which one it was. One you got like a stack like this, and it was like $17 or something.
It was me. It was at McKay's. That first stack I got was like because the comics were 10 cents, 75 cents, 50 cents. All those books I was picking.
One of my haunts, I went to Friday, and I got this stack. They were all dollar books. I got just over half of the run of this series, the 2000 series that Jeff Johns started.
That's a really good run. I have that.
Yeah, I'm like,
I actually really like that run.
And it's not like they're beat up normal dollar books. These, I think his dollar bins, he runs out of room, so he just puts stuff in there. So there's like modern stuff in there, stuff that came out a couple weeks ago. So I got some of the new Titans series in there.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's a smaller store, so he gets a lot of like overstock because he orders too much and people, fall off. They don't want to buy it anymore. Something, whatever.
Well, do you guys want to take my fellow Wednesday Warriors, Eric and Dope? Let's take a look at what's coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Some good stuff.
So thankfully, I've already looked through the list and there's not a ton for me. I probably will, since I don't have a ton of things, I probably will get this Absolute Green Lantern.
I'm a Green Lantern guy, so.
Well, here's my question for you, Eric. I'm going to click through these variant covers. I didn't see any that really stood out to me that were, this one's kind of cool.
No, I've been trying to stay away from the variants for these Absolutes because they don't really convey the stories too much. Like these don't mean anything. It's just a person. Okay.
I agree. That's a very
but like the Wonder Woman ones, I have been going and getting because she's more of an iconic figure. I think that's the difference. She still looks like Wonder Woman, this Amazon warrior, right? Whereas this just looks like a person, and I don't know, it just doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna get the book, but I'm not getting any variants or anything. Let's see. Okay, I think
you're not getting Superman, right?
I'm not getting Absolute Superman. I know I'm just too far behind. I'm gonna read the trade, and I might pick them up if I see them cheap. There were some covers on this that actually I was like, you know what? If my shop has one of these, I might grab it. So these here, and I can't turn it. But this is like a player select screen: Sabrina versus Betty.
Whoa, I thought that was Trish Stratus.
I pick Betty. We've got Veronica versus Betty. I pick Betty.
I'm thinking I see a type.
Veronica versus Cherry. Well, you haven't met my wife. Cherry. I'll pick Cherry. But this one I thought was cool.
That's cool.
That's cool, right? But the next one is the best.
We're children of the 80s.
Yeah, and that's why the next one is the best. It's Jughead time.
Oh my God, yes. I have lost hours to that game on the Intellivision.
Oh, and it's just so good. It's got the official seal of Archie quality.
That one, yeah, that's the one, I think. Dang it.
Yeah. So if I saw that, I would get that. Crap, I just closed the whole window.
What are you doing?
I'm a noob. What are
your history?
That's because I'm here. I'm destroying the live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit of that, Mr. Aikens. I was like, what is going on? Poor Stevie's left there playing his horn.
Well, me and Christopher Parker have been talking all day about the new Hell Hulk variant cover. It's the first appearance of Hell Hulk. He's going to be on Helverine. Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm going to make sure I get one.
You got to get Helverine 5, and then you got to get the variant cover.
Okay.
And then he's going to be actually in the book with 6. But
so they're doing a little preview is what they're doing.
This is going to be the first appearance of him.
Well, Dope pointed this one out. There's no variant covers, thank goodness. But tomorrow is the first issue of Bad Pussy.
Depending on Dope, I'll get it next week.
Yeah, wait a week. It really looks like a great book. You probably won't be getting that one.
I'm not going to get that one. We talked briefly backstage about this.
Such a beautiful cover.
This is such a good cover.
I might splurge for Alex Ross's website and get one actually signed.
Wow, what's that run? Him. Do you know what that runs?
I think it's $100.
Ooh, okay, I won't splurge for that.
I think it's graded though too, if I remember right. So it's a slab and it's signed for $100, a 998.
Well, we saw this one at The Great Escape. Yeah, we saw this as a poster.
Okay,
and it's definitely
beautiful,
just gorgeous. I just love it. I want this one badly. Let's see. I should be into Birds of Prey because
that next one looks like one for dope.
Big Barda.
I looked at that. I'm really looking for. There's one called Plague House. It's coming out tomorrow. It's #1.
Okay.
And it's only press. And then
Cherry.
Yes, I'm gonna get Cherry. No.
No, you're getting the one right next to it.
I'm getting Concert of Champions.
Get your cover.
Sickness, Nate.
Well, okay, so I'm getting it for a couple reasons. And I don't think I think I picked the cover I'm gonna get. I actually don't hate this cover. With all the different superhero fists rocking out at this pop concert.
No way Ghost Rider would be there. No way.
Rider, Hulk,
I was gonna say the same thing. There's no way. But Luna Snow is a character I like to play a lot in Marvel Rivals. So that one's okay. This is the one I really like.
That's classic there.
I really do like this cover. So
the lens flares.
It's the 1 in 50, so I'm not getting it.
Oh,
but it's great. It's a great cover. This is the variant I will get because it's not the Virgin. This one will be $5 or whatever. So, and then I think there's a Luna Snow one as well, maybe. Yeah. But
for the Rivals game.
Unfortunately, written by Jason Liu, who is the writer of the Dazzler miniseries that came out earlier. That was it just wasn't good. I did not care for it. But since this is a one shot, I'll get it. And maybe someone gave him some notes, and said, hey, these are things that you should do differently, because it was just too much.
They need to bring her back in that Exterminator series they had like 2 years ago. That was a great series.
Everybody keeps telling me about this, and I knew nothing about it. It is on my list of things to start hunting.
Yeah, her, Jubilee, Boom Boom, and Laura Kinney. What an odd pair of characters, and they're fighting vampires.
Yeah, I like that. Is anybody going to pick up Fame, the story of Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
I think that's the cover, guys.
I don't know that.
Why do they have to put Mr. Freeze on here? Was his Mr. Freeze that memorable? Well, maybe because it was horrible, but
it's being that bad, yes.
Yeah. Well, and right down here at the very bottom, you can see what it was, Turbo Man.
Oh, yeah, that's what that was. Yeah.
I forgot to buy the present for my son. So no, I won't be picking that one up. I'm not going to click through. I'm not clicking through the covers because I did it already. But there's this book here called The Exorcist Club. The alternate covers were spicy.
Oh, if that looks spicy right there.
It looks spicy enough, right? Like there's a variant of this cover that's even spicier. So if that's your bag, baby, go for it. This one, I don't think I've never heard of Critical Entertainment, but this is like a historical comic about the Ice Age.
That might be interesting to read.
I know.
I bet you it's like rock, like stick men in there. Be like the inside of a cave.
Oh my God. If it was cave painting for the artwork inside, but it was well written, that would be legendary. I'd be all about
a way to use cheap artists.
Oh, I forgot to show some cool covers here from Cruel Kingdom.
Still getting that?
I'm picking this one up. This one has been good. I have continued to like this one. So they had a variant cover, but it's the 1 in 10, so I probably wouldn't pay for it. But this is a Wally Wood homage to one of the weird fantasies. And I thought it was really cool. I really like it. But I'll probably just get the A cover because I always do. Out of all those Oni like EC remix things, this one has been okay. The other ones I just didn't care for. Here is I'll get to Helverine here in a minute, dope, but this one I am so excited. I loved Godzilla Heist #1.
I probably won't get to the store quick enough for that one. I know one sold out like right away.
Did it really?
Yeah, they only ordered so many. A lot of the independents in my store, they only order so many. So it's usually they may have like 2 extra type of thing. So once they fill the pulls, they only have 2 on the shelves and they go.
I don't know why they don't order much of that.
Because it's Too Fast, Too Godzilla right here on the B
God.
cover. It was really stupid, but it's Godzilla heist. They're using Godzilla to rob a casino. I mean, it needs to be stupid, and it was in some of the best ways. I really liked it. So oh no, what is this? I don't want to click. I can't click on that. So Heat Seeker was a this is one of the Gun Honey books. It's the one I picked up, Hard Case Crime. This was actually so fun of a read, but man, are there a lot of all nude covers. So I'm not even risking clicking through that. But man, if they're doing another one of those, I might have to check it out, because it was, the girl reminded me of, like, I can't remember the movie, but she doesn't have any pain. She has no sensation. So like she can be shot and it doesn't hurt her, you know? And she's a super spy and whatever. It was cool, but dope. Are you getting Helverine still?
I'm getting the variant of that. It's got the first Hell Hulk on it. Not that one.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
First Hell Hulk. He's got the goat horns. He's red.
That's really cool. Hey, good night, Immune, and thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Yeah, I'm excited to pick that one up. So, yeah, it's Benjamin Percy. I'm still reading Helverine. I love it. And now we got Hell Hulk in there. So, I've got to get that. I got two in my box now.
Not this one, but yeah, Chonko's right. There's a lot. That's the thing about a lot of these, is like they'll be in a dollar bin, and that's why I should probably wait on some of them. Herculoids, I think some people are into that.
I've been getting that because it's nostalgia for me. And like the Space Ghost one that they're doing, it's geared towards adults, so I'm enjoying it a lot. They have 2 issues out so far, and they've been pretty good.
I am not a Ghost Machine enjoyer, but I haven't heard great things about people who are, about Hornsby and Halo.
Yeah, I don't read
Dope.
that one.
Are you still into
Hyde Street?
You're still into Hyde Street?
Yeah.
That's a cool ass cover.
It's pretty cool. So it's anthology horror, right?
It's anthology, but everything happens on the same street. So they're kind of tied together.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
come on. I like that. That's like Death Spa or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Each book you can read separate, but they're all happening on the same street. So.
Okay. I'm going to check that one out in trade when I can. This shocked me. Okay. I'm not reading this. I am not a Thor fan. But you got, it's Alex Ross Thor covers, right?
He's been doing all the covers. Yeah.
That's what I thought. They're beautiful. But then there's 3 more variants. It's like, why would you pick anything that's not the Alex Ross?
Yeah,
no matter what it is.
That's Marvel, though. That's what Marvel's doing right now.
Yeah. This just doesn't really sell me at all. Like,
they're doing Marvel.
Which one of those Thor comics had a Dazzler homage? One of them has a Dazzler homage.
Yeah. They all did a I didn't get any of them because, like Chonko said, I'm really hoping I can find those in a dollar bin.
You probably will. They're overprinting stuff. They're overprinting stuff to try to make money.
Right. It's like all these variants. I mean, I only grab them if they're the same price or if they're like $1 more.
Yeah.
So Jeff Lemire, a writer I really like, and I've got JSA up to number 6 comes out tomorrow, and I've got up to number 5, and I just don't know if I'm going to pick it up tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
I know. It's not been great.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No, what are you going to say?
I said you've got to see the covers to Moon Knight before we get out here.
Oh, okay, for sure. There was this book, okay, Lucky Devils. I'll pick this up. This has been.
I got the reprint of number 1 of that last week, just because Jenny Friesen did a cover.
Yeah, it's been interesting. I like the idea. It's like these 2 devils in hell are kind of bucking their own system because they're entry level middlemen demons, and they want to be bigger, and so they're breaking the rules with the humans that they torture. And it's an interesting idea. I did not read 8 Billion Genies, but I heard good things about it. And that Jenny Friesen cover looks amazing. Yeah. I did see that. That's gorgeous. So I will probably still get Lucky Devils tomorrow because I am interested to see where that keeps going. Okay. Got to show me my Marvel Rivals, the game I play almost every day. Not a lot of great covers. This one's okay. I don't care for this Galactica, swap thing. I do like that this one is all black and white, but they knew they had to leave Jeff the land shark in color because sex appeal. I don't know why either, but Squirrel Girl in the game is extremely thick. Like not in an offensive way, but like just not in a way I've ever seen her portrayed before. And she is fun as crap to play. She's a
Velma
great character.
Velma thick.
Velma is now. We got some Campbell variants of some of the female characters, and it's just
here we go. That's the most clothes I've seen Campbell put on a girl.
Right. And then we got Luna by Campbell, Psylocke by Campbell. They're all facing the wrong way for some reason. It's like turn to camera.
They're all tushy shots.
There she is, and she is looking Velma thick. She really is. I mean that one's cute, but I'm not gonna buy it.
Little anime-ish,
right?
Too anime-ish.
This is kind of like a more comic book version of like the opening splash screen for the game. We got our McFarlane homage, Virgin, another Luna Snow, and we're back to 1. So I don't know. It's $6.99. I love the game, but I just don't know that I'm picking that up for $6.99.
Yeah.
Again, like
that's one to wait for, I think, Nate.
Like that one.
That many covers and stuff.
I did see this. There's 2 here that I just thought, holy cow! I bet Dope wants to read some of these.
Monkey meat,
like monkey meat. What is this? God.
Don't that look great?
It does. It's the Summer Batch, an anthology. I'm on board. I've never heard of this. If the number one
games,
is on
that's
the
key word. And games. It's got games in it.
I have no idea. I'm all for this.
It's Job Oz.
Yeah, we all want to read that. I'm down. It's Image. Image does some fun stuff. And then Monster High Bullseye is just
what
That's
is
the team there, Bullseye.
What is IDW doing, man? Well, we got the Monster High license. We got to do something with it.
Yeah,
you did something. Let's check out. Oh yes,
gotta get some 8-ball.
Oh, that's
nice,
beautiful.
There's another one too that's really good with a pool. Not that one.
There
you go. That's
those
a cool
are
one.
Very cool.
I think I like this one better than the 8
Yeah,
cover.
I do.
I mean, the 8 cover is a regular artist, which I love this artist on this series. For Moon Knight, it kind of fits with his character a little bit.
I didn't know 8-ball is such a badass.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Maybe he's had enough of being the the third string.
Yeah, I guess so.
I have a buddy that I play Marvel Rivals with, and he is not a comic book guy. I mean, he'll read them every now and again, but he has been devouring Moon Knight because he fell in love with playing the character.
Okay.
And he's just reading it, and he's like, "This is actually really good." I'm like, "Yeah, there are some great Moon Knight stories."
The new stuff that they've been doing with him is pretty good. He's pretty brutal.
That's cool that Rivals is a gateway drug into comics. For us, it was different things, and it's cool that Rivals is pulling people into the hobby.
I'm definitely getting that.
So what do you know? I don't know anything about this.
I probably won't see this.
I've liked a lot of books from Oni.
Yeah.
This guy here, he lives in a picket fence, has the whole family, has everything you'd ever want, lives in a nice neighborhood, and one night he kills his whole family with a claw hammer and goes to death row. And now there's some people went back to the house and they're doing some investigations and they find out that the house is basically possessed. So
okay. The classic story, like Amityville horror.
Basically.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
That's the last Epitaph for Abyss is coming out, and they're going to have to start doing horror on their own now. So
I really like this cover too.
Yeah.
That's cool. That one $4.99. That might make my list. That might make it home with me tomorrow. I know Kate from Kate's Comics. She really likes this Ripperland. I don't know. I kind of want to $6.99 for a Shutter magazine. You know, a bunch of anthology black and white horror
they're very
stuff.
hit or miss.
Look at that art, though.
I might pick one. Yeah, the cover art. I might pick one up. I don't know.
Very what's his face?
It's Frazetta.
Frazetta, yeah.
I mean, it almost looks like it says Frazetta down here. That looks like his signature. I think it might be a Frazetta.
It might be. It looks like his style.
I mean, they probably have the rights to some of that stuff. I thought this. I mean, I'm not a Space Ghost guy, and Eric, I know you are.
Yeah, that's right.
But come on, that cover's amazing.
The covers for the series have been excellent.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's no cartoon Space Ghost. He's all jacked up and stuff. And
I have quit getting all of my Star Trek stuff, but this is the end. I think IDW is finally like losing the license, or at least they're wrapping everything up with this lore war. And I'm still not going to get it because those are ones you can definitely find in dollar bins. I didn't really see anything else. I don't think, not for me anyway. Yeah, that was it. So like, it's going to be a light week for me, which is welcome because I got so many books last week.
I think I counted up last night between Marvel, DC, and new indies, just the new stuff. I think I'm looking at about 15 titles that I'd like to get. But then I got all the stuff I didn't get last week, which is like 10 books from all the Marvel. I think there was like 3 or 4 different X titles that came out last week I never got. So I've been kind of tapering off on the X titles because some of them, I'm an X-Men guy, and they've been god-awful. They've been so bad. I'm going to stick with the 2 main titles, but all those side titles have been just so inconsistent and just very broken ideas. They just don't make sense.
Bell is excited for this one. I don't know what the Scorched is.
It's part of the Spawn universe.
Okay, that's what I wanted to do. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I hope not to spend as much money. I'm trying to save for Heroes. All 4 of us are going to be there, right?
Yeah. I got C2E2 coming up in a week too.
Chonko's going to that. I talked to him a little bit today.
Yeah, hopefully me and him were talking. We'll try to connect up one day. And my buddy Chris from Cheddar Comics, he's local. He's up in Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay.
He goes all 3 days too. And I know his wife's gonna spend most of the time in lines to see the entire cast of Lord of the Rings. So
wow,
all the hobbits are there, all of them. Even John Reese, is it Davis? Is that how you say it? I didn't know he was still alive because I know he's up there in age.
He is. He was at Indie Comic-Con last year. He looked great. I saw when we were in line for either one of the Doctor Who's or maybe it's George Takei, but when we were in line for our picture with him, I could see John Reese Davies' table. And I mean, he is definitely getting up there, but he was interacting with people and laughing and taking pictures. He looked really good. He looked really good.
I'll always remember him from Indiana Jones and Sliders. Those two.
Right. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Well, boys, it's 9:00, and I know my family wants to try to watch Daredevil before we have to go to bed. But this has been a ton of fun, and I'm probably going to do this most Tuesdays when I don't have like something super pressing because I got half my Dazzlers rebagged while we sat here and talked.
So, really, you actually got some stuff bagged?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun to kind of look at what's coming out and just speculate a little bit and talk about books. And
well, especially since all of us are like, we go on Wednesday, like.
Yeah, I think I'm the most glutton here though.
Definitely. like dope picks the deepest cuts. Like, he
goes, my new books, honey.
Right. I try to stick just to the things I really want to, I just think I really want to have as a run. But, sometimes like some of those, like the Jeff Lemire JSA, I know Bell, Robert, he said he's just really loving it and I'm not. And I don't know why. It's not bad. I'm just not loving it. And when I don't love something, $5 becomes a lot of money.
Yeah.
When I love a book, $5 is nothing. Like I I really got some enjoyment out of it. So like right now I'm reading and I'm not even a G.I. Joe guy, but I'm reading the new G.I. Joe from Image, and it is just bubblegum fun. Like it is a blast. And when I finish reading it, I don't feel like, man, I wish I had my $5 back. It's just,
That's how I feel about the Transformers series that they're doing too. It's fun.
Absolutely. Transformers is awesome, but I'm reading that in trade.
Matt feels my pain.
Yeah, I'm with Matt. Like last week was like, it was close to that for me. I don't think it was quite 20, but I spent $65, but 15 of it was this stupid thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I almost got the foil one.
Yeah. The thing is, like he said, I only have one regular one left. You might have to take a foil. And I was like, if all you got's the foil, I actually don't want it.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to age as well.
Bring that to Heroes Con and read it by the pool.
Okay. I will. People will really think I'm short then, man. I already get all these messages on Instagram like, are those guys really tall or are you really short? It's like, it can be two things, and shut up. But Dope is like a giant, even though he doesn't appear to be one to me. We were talking about, we only see each other from here up,
Yeah.
It's not until we meet that I'm like, hey guys. I'll ride in the back of the car. It's okay.
You did, didn't you?
I did. I fit.
Me and Hagen was up front.
All right. Steve, thanks for being here, buddy. Thanks to everybody in the chat. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your comments. I was trying to like click on things and comments. It's hard. These guys talk a lot and they're very cool, and I appreciate them being here.
They talk a lot.
They talk a lot. Like there was
my
one
wife says when I come home from the nerd store, you talk a lot.
There was a stream we did not too long ago, and it had 1,000 comments during the live stream.
Really?
Like, really? Cow. And I was just like, well, no wonder I can't keep up with that, Like when I looked at it and saw all those comments. But I appreciate every last one. Like it's so cool to be able to nerd out with you guys, both here in the video and in the chat. So thanks everybody for being here. We're gonna hop off. Please sub up everybody. Everybody with the channel, please make JSS and Christina mods because they're amazing. And I appreciate you guys. I will be next Sunday on the Comic Books Hangover Show. Hagen and I are going to have Mike from Lunch Money Comics. So get up early and watch that. And until then, I'll see everybody in the next one. So thanks, guys.